Hello, my name is Christy Hatch. I am an education specialist for the Montgomery Public Schools. I'd like to take this time to welcome you and your families to Montgomery, Alabama. I hope that the year you spend here will be good both professionally and personally. I hope you are successful in the training that you will receive to become strategic leaders, and I hope that your families gain positive experience that they will remember for a lifetime. I'd like to share with you some information about our school system called Montgomery Public Schools. What you see here is the Montgomery Public School mission, and we strive daily to meet this goal. To meet our mission and serve all of the students and meet whatever their needs may be, we have many programs for children so that whatever they might require, we can provide the support for them. This information is a list of what our school district is made up of. And as you can see, we have about 30,000 students. We have 28 schools that we call elementary schools, 8 middle schools, 5 high schools, 10 magnet schools, and so on. We'll talk about what makes up these different levels of schools momentarily. First, you need to know about what a zoned school is. Our students in Montgomery Public Schools go to school based on where they live. The school that they go to based on where they live is called their zoned school. You can check to see where your zoned school is through a link on the MPS website. You go to that website and go to Parents, and you can look up your home address, and it will tell you what school your child will need to go to. Once you know what school your child will need to go to, the next thing to do is to enroll in that school. In order to enroll or to register in a Montgomery Public School, you have to have some documentation. The first thing you will need is an Alabama immunization certificate. That is also called a shot record. You probably had this already from when you were traveling, but if you cannot find it, you can obtain that from the doctor's office on base. That same doctor's office on base can provide a translated copy in English if yours is in a different language. Another thing that you must have is a valid birth certificate. We know that these will be in other languages, and that's fine, but you will have to have a birth certificate, which is also proof of birth. Another thing that they will need will be 2 documents that prove where the student's home address is. And some examples are listed here. You can have a utility bill, you can have your rental agreement for your apartment or home, or you can have anything from your employer or from the government that is mailed to your address. So you will need any two documents that will prove that you live at that address. And then the fourth thing you will need is a valid form of identification for yourself, and that can be your military ID. And you can take this, you can begin the registration online on the Montgomery Public Schools website, and then you can also upload any supporting evidence that you may need. Okay, so who should attend our schools? In order to go to kindergarten, a child must be 5 years old on or before September 2nd, 2020. So if your child is not going to be 5 years old before that date, then the child will not be able to attend. To go to first grade, they must be at least 6 years old on or before December 31st. All students over the age of 6 are required to attend school. The way that our schools are set up, we have different levels. Students that are 4 and 5 years of age will attend what we call preschool. Students that are 6 years of age will attend what we call kindergarten. And then after kindergarten, beyond those age 6, we have elementary school, which is made up of grades 1 through 5. In elementary school, the students will generally only have one teacher, and that teacher will teach all subjects to the students. The older grades are called middle and high school. Middle grades are grades 6 through 8, and high school is grades 9 through 12. Students will have 7 teachers in both middle and high school, and they will change classes 6 times. For breakfast and lunch, currently Montgomery Public Schools will provide breakfast and lunch for each student at no cost. And in order to see what will be provided for lunch, you can go to the Montgomery Public Schools website and find the menu to make sure that the food provided is going to be something that your child can eat. For discipline, we will have each student will get a code of student behavior that outlines the responsibility of the parents, the students, and the school employees. This code of student behavior is also available online. I also would like to note that Montgomery Public Schools does not administer corporal punishment or physical punishment. Alabama has what's called a compulsory attendance law, and that means that all children between the ages of 6 and 17 are required to attend school. The school that they attend may be a public school, a private school, or a church school, and another option is that they may be instructed by an adult in an authorized homeschool situation. When a student is not in school, if they are absent for any period of time during the day, then the parent, guardian, or legal custodian must provide a written excuse to explain why the child was not in school. Because we do have the state law that requires children to be in school, if the student is not there for more than 7 unexcused days, then it will be alerted to our juvenile court system. For school supplies, the students are asked to bring supplies with them when they come to school. A list of the items is available per school and per teacher on the MPS website. From the main Montgomery Public Schools website, there will be a list of schools, and you can select your zone school, and from there you can get a list of all of the supplies that each student is asked to bring. All students in the Montgomery Public Schools are required to wear school uniforms, and they are different from school to school. And you can find a list of what is required by the school on the website. Transportation is available to any student who lives outside of a 3.2 kilometer distance from their zoned school. When you register your student at the school, you will get information on how they should get on the bus and what bus that they will need to take. This is a question that many of you may be asking. What do I do if I don't have any school records? A lot of times when you come to the Air War College, you may not have gotten all of your school records yet. But if you don't have them with you to provide proof on where your child was last year in school, until that time where you can bring the records, for kindergarten through grade 8, they will use your child's age to put them in the appropriate grade. And for high school, which is again grades 9 through 12, the school will work with you to create the schedule that is age appropriate. We have a specialist in our district who will be the point of contact for you. Her name is Lizette Ussery, and if you have any questions, the school will put you in contact with her. One thing that you will hear a lot about is something called the PTA, and that stands for Parent Teacher Association. The PTA is an organization of parents, teachers, and school staff, and it is a way for parents to become involved in the school. They will ask everyone to join, and it is a small fee to join, and that fee is used to provide resources for teachers. And this is a good avenue for you to help support your school, and they will be asking you for support with your time and with your efforts. How can I keep up with what is happening at school? There are several ways to keep up with all the activities. The first thing that I would tell you is to routinely visit the main Montgomery Public Schools website. Another thing that you can do is routinely visit your school's website. You may join the PTA and also join the Facebook pages and Twitter pages related to your school and to Montgomery Public Schools. As information is available, they will be shared via social media. There are also sign-ups from the school and from the individual teachers where you can sign up for a remind group and they can send a message to your cell phone. What is iNow? iNow is called Information Now, and it is our education data management tool. We are required to use it, and it is the online program that is used to document grades and attendance for the state of Alabama. Because it has a parent portal to it, when you register your child for school, you will also get a login and password so that you can keep up with your students' grades and your students' attendance. I think I've covered all of the basic information that you'll need just to get started. Again, my name is Christy Hatch, and if you have any questions, you can write the questions in the comments section of this YouTube page, and the questions will be answered and addressed as soon as we can. Thank you and welcome again to Montgomery, Alabama, and I hope that you have a wonderful year.